Welcome food travelers to an episode here in Hong Kong. In this episode, we head over to New Territory side, across the harbor to Tsuen Wan Plaza for lunch at the famous Aquatic Market buffet. We did make reservations ahead of time, and you can make the reservations directly on their website. At the time of this recording, Mondays to Fridays, they open from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. with the last order at 3:30 p.m. and you must vacate the seat by 4 p.m. Saturday, Sundays, and public holidays special days is from 12 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. with 5 p.m. being the last order. And again, you must vacate by 5:30 p.m. as dinner is from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. for Mondays to Fridays, Saturday, Sunday, public holidays 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. And at the time of this recording, general price for children, it's an all-day price at 29 USD and about 228 Hong Kong dollars. And the 4-hour lunch buffet for adults was 318 Hong Kong dollars for weekdays, about 41 USD.
Something I really noticed, Micah, going through the video is seating seems very kind of segmented, and segmented as in like more privacy than it is like what you consider from American buffet, where we have the seats and it's a lot more open, and so you kind of see a lot more people. This one seems like there's more sections and it's sectioned off, so you can't really see all the other separate diners other than the kind of area that you're sitting at.
I think that may be partly due to it being a hot pot restaurant. Maybe that's why they're trying to section it off so that maybe all the steam only goes up a certain way rather than all over the place. Another thing I did want to mention was with this buffet, they do offer I think 10 to 15 different types of live seafood at their self-pick stations, in addition to grilled items and other frozen options. Some of the live fresh fish or fresh shellfish include abalone, blue crab, clams, spotted Babylonia, scallops, tiger prawns. There are some sashimi items such as salmon, tuna, sweet shrimp, and there are various sliced fish fillets for hot pot. Another thing I really liked was the drink choice that they offered here. So I mean, there is definitely so much alcohol that you could drink your heart's content. They had hot sake, they had all sort of like milk teas, they had plum wine, they had even what's that Korean soju. They had soju. You could just take a huge glass of it if that's what you wanted.
Maybe it saves on some cost because you drink too much if you get to eat, and then you don't have to eat as much because you're too focused on drinking.
Yeah, that might be the case, but I just thought it was really interesting to see, because of all the buffets that we've been to, Simon, I don't think I've actually seen a station that offers soju.
Yeah, definitely. Well, soju, with the Korean wave and everything, soju has become pretty popular, and at least in Korea, it's relatively inexpensive to produce. I myself enjoy a bottle of soju here and there, so I have no complaints for that.
Another thing I did really like with this buffet is, so there are so many live stations and so many areas where you can pick out your own side dishes or whatever condiments you want. But at the same time, as you sit down at your table, there is a QR code to scan on the table to order pretty much the same thing, very similar things as you see here during this walkthrough.
And I think it's pretty cool that they give you that carafe kind of whole bottle to get the soju or the sake in, which is kind of your traditional thing in which it's served in. So it's nice that they actually give you something that seems traditional to actually put it in.
It's actually not that easy to use. I actually had to ask the staff how to use the sake or hot sake dispenser, because I was like, there's no instructions, right? So you put the bottle in, you would think something would come out, but nothing comes out. You would think there's a switch, you can press a button, but there's none of that either. I really don't know how they turned it on. I think if you're there and you figure it out, please write down in the comment below, because I really don't know how to use it. I had to ask, each time I wanted sake, I would just go ask the staff, hey, can you turn this on or fill this up for me? but it is really hot too. So if you're holding multiple things in your hand, definitely find some gloves or just grab that by itself.
And as we just passed through the video, as you saw, there was all this kind of fresh seafood market area, which I find really interesting. And it's something that definitely you see more in Asia, where you have the live seafood and you can actually go get what you want to eat, and then it gets cooked and either where we're at your table, or they'll cook it for you. Whereas in the U.S. you go to the buffet and it's stuff that's already pre-cooked, and so you find it pretty rare in the U.S. that you'll actually go get some live seafood that you could pick out and actually say that's the one I want to eat.
Yeah, and there was another video a while back when I was in Bangkok, Thailand, where it was kind of similar experience where you can get the crab or the prawns, and they were also live in the fish tank that you can fish out. But in that restaurant, instead of being a hot pot, it was actually over a grill. So in a way, I guess it was fun. You can see it being grilled live, but then at the same time, I guess if you're not so into watching the food being cooked, it's not a sight to watch. But earlier in the video, you saw that I went through the menu there with after scanning the QR code, and the broth that we got was the sweet coconut chicken pot. Initially, it does taste quite sweet. As we ate and refilled it with more broth, it kind of just diluted and kind of went away. But another thing I really enjoyed was the Australian M5 Wagyu beef. It does really taste quite tasty there. Other items that we got was the Spanish pork. We got some beef chuck, short ribs, and of course they had this really interesting peanut sprout. They're pretty popular in Hong Kong hot pots. It just looks like a peanut with the head and little peanut taste to it. It's like sweet and nutty flavor. Just something I've never seen before. Have you had those before, Simon?
I think I've had it before, but I've never really paid too much attention because it just seemed like a peanut. So I didn't really think too much of it. There was that kind of like yellow thing with the seed it had in. To me, it looked like durian, but I was curious what that was.
That was durian, Simon. That was actually a baked durian. I actually never had baked durian before. I've always just had it fresh from the fruit itself, or frozen ones here in the U.S. Have you had the baked one before?
I haven't had baked, but I've had grilled durian before. And so definitely, if you've had a grilled one, it brings out the sugars, of course, of the fruit, because as you're heating it up, the sugars get brought out, and so it adds a little even more sweetness to it. And especially if you're grilling it directly, because I've seen it done two ways, where you're grilling it inside the shell, and then another time where you're grilling it with the meat already taken out of the shell. And so if you have it grilled, you'll get the kind of a smoky flavor as well, in addition to the additional sweetness of the durian.
Another thing I noticed that because it's a grilled one or baked one, it doesn't smell like the traditional durian that you get fresh from the fruit either. It's actually pretty pleasant. I guess if you're someone who doesn't like durian because of the smell, this would be like a good intro to durian, I would say, to get you into eating the fruit, because it's actually quite tasty. Like Simon said, it's pretty sweet. Another thing is the dessert section is really well stocked. They have all sort of stuff like Korean style popsicles, Chinese sweet soups, soft serve ice cream, fruits, and in my case I just went with the bird nest stewed with coconut milk and papaya.
Yeah, that looks really interesting, Micah. How is this dish? 'Cause, I love that they use the papaya as the bowl, essentially container to hold the bird's nest and the coconut milk into it. Flavor-wise, how is it all together?
I thought flavor-wise was really good. It's really nice and sweet and creamy because of everything that's inside, and they do bake it, so overall it's just a really delightful dessert to finish off the meal there. But overall, if you're in Hong Kong and you're a seafood lover, definitely check this one out and definitely make reservations before coming here. And for this notable is the buffet experience. This is a must visit for seafood lovers who want a unique live self-pick station where you can scoop fresh abalone, crab, and prawns directly from the tank for the ultimate quality. Combined with a massive variety of premium meats and specialty items, combined with large variety of self-serve drinks, it offers an incredible value for money experience that captures the true essence of Hong Kong's vibrant hot pot culture.
If you've enjoyed the content you've seen, don't forget to support the channel and hit like and subscribe. And if you want to see additional pictures of food and our travels, go over to our Instagram page and follow us there. And thanks for watching.